Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. Good morning. In today's video, we have an update posted just 9 hours ago by the Gods Unchained team. Weekend ranked update, and this is an address to de-ranking. I know this is of great interest to many Gods Unchained players. And so here's how it looks. Infinity Squid here. I am one of the latest members of the Gods team. As product manager of monetization, I'm here to help the game's economy and ensure it remains as healthy as more players come to enjoy Gods Unchained. For me, first on the list for me is an issue that has been on the forefront of a lot of competitive players' minds, and that is weekend de-ranking ahead of the weekend ranked event. So the de-ranking problem, as all of you know, I'll just read it out here as a quick overview. Let me explain that by de-ranking, but what I mean by de-ranking rather is that players have been deliberately losing games towards the end of the week to lower their rank so that when the next weekend ranked event rolls around, they are competing against players who have a much lower rank. This unfortunately leads to a negative experience for players who are participating in the weekend ranked fairly, as they are matched up against opponents who should be placed in a much higher rank. Not a good thing for new players to get squashed during weekend rank. That doesn't encourage players to want to keep playing. Tell their friends, grow the game. My buddy Mike, Crypto Mike, talked about this in his video. Check that out. He made some very good points on that. But hey, we are looking at making a few changes to weekend ranked rewards to discourage this behavior and ensure all players are looking to increase their rank in order to get access to the best rewards that the event has to offer. Alright, so encouraging positive actions. The main goal with these changes is to reward more positive behavior, with everyone aspiring to raise their rank in order to get access to more lucrative prizes. Basically, our philosophy is to encourage and reward players who do the right thing by Gods Unchained and its community. Absolutely, that makes sense to me. Our next goal is to monitor how these changes perform and get feedback from all of you. This is a very important step to building out the future of weekend ranked and other similar events, as we want all of you to have the best possible experience whilst playing. The new system. Alright, here's what you guys have been waiting for. The new system. We love seeing you working so hard and striving to improve, and we want to do what we can to reward our players who bring this sort of mindset to the table. We have updated our rewards so that each rank has its own possible prizes for players to achieve up to 25 wins during the weekend ranked event. As players increase their rank, they will find that they have access, or rather they have to achieve less wins to receive the same prizes as they were vying for in previous ranks. By reducing the number of required wins, we can actively reward players who improve themselves and increase their rank, as they will earn better and better prizes for the same number of wins. That makes sense. I was actually just talking about that exact thing yesterday with somebody on Discord. And that's just the simplest way to solve it, right? Balance out the rewards, make the win ratio kind of yield the same results, and you're good to go. Now, in order to maintain a sense of progression as players increase their lower ranks have their prizes updated as well. We have increased the number of wins that must be achieved in order to receive expansion packs. In the current events, that means Divine Order. And these are the cards that you will receive, which are already minted as NFTs, ready to sell. They don't need to be fused. So when you're playing weekend rank, Divine Order, or whatever the current expansion happens to be, are really the cards that you're looking for. Those are the good ones. So that players from higher ranks are inclined to keep their rank for the possibility of greater rewards. This should allow players at these lower ranks to compete on an even, more even playing field, hopefully allowing them to progress to higher ranks in the future. Now, does that mean that the lower ranks are kind of getting a bit snubbed? Maybe, you know, and getting less and less rewards. You know, that's not the end of the world, because the whole point of the game is to get better, so you can, progress to higher rank and, earn better rewards potentially, right? It encourages people to, practice, get better, right? And here's the thing. Here's my thinking on that. My thinking is that players at legitimately lower rank are currently facing all the D-rankers anyways and getting their butts kicked, rather unfairly so. So even if the rewards are perhaps a bit lessened, compared to, you know, facing up against mythic players, you know, if you're legitimately Midnight Shadow or something like that, right? That's just as good as losing, right? Like losing against losing most of your games to D-ranked players is kind of the same as having rewards lessened. It's kind of the same thing, right? Anyway, for a full list of updated prizes, check out our rewards mock-up. We'll check that out in just a second. Let's just finish off this article. Note that there are no changes being made to the elite prizes or the What a Mortal prize. We will continue to monitor how players respond to these changes and potentially make additional changes in the future to ensure our systems are encouraging players to act in a way that benefits everyone. When is this going to happen? These aren't going out for this weekend, as there needs to be a few more tweaks behind the scenes as well as with our third-party partners. We are aiming to roll out these updates to our available prizes in the coming weeks, though to ensure that you have a chance to earn even better rewards in our weekend, to ensure that, I don't know what I said here, to ensure that you have better chance to reward weekend ranked events, blah, blah, blah. As anyways, thank you for your feedback, yada, yada, yada. These aren't the only changes that will come to weekend ranked either as we move forward. It's just the most immediate ones that they are looking at. This system was designed for a much smaller audience. It's not a perfect system, and there are other issues that we're looking at across the board. And yeah, the Gods game has grown massively over this 2021 year, over last 2021 year. I guess we're in 2022 now. Let's take a look at the new rewards mock-up. Oh, that's bright. Okay. All right, so here's actually just kind of a breakdown of what you can expect for the rank that you start at and the number of wins that you potentially have. Now I have nothing to compare this against, so I'm just going to wait for GU Dex to update this and make it nice and easy and require no thought whatsoever to figure out how many packs I'm going to get. By the way, guys, if you don't follow GU Dex, all you need to do in order to find out what you're going to earn in your weekend ranked is head on over to GU Dex, punch in your game name, search for that in the player meta, and then depending on what your starting rank was, it'll show you how many more ranks you need to get to how many more wins you need for your next reward, how many you can win at maximum. I actually started in the weekend ranked one below Mythic, so yeah, my maximum possible was 25, or sorry, rather 20, but if you start at Mythic, your maximum possible is up to 25, and this whole thing adjusts based on where you're going, what you're doing, how you're doing, what your rank is starting at. Okay, see you guys in the next video.